Wake up, press play. It's a brand new day. Laugh, unload, make waves. We doing it our way. Yeah. Good day, hey, come on and start your day with a smile and a wink and a how you going, mate. Good day, hey, pull up a seat, let's say we're all in this together. Good day, hey.
Good day, gays. Welcome back to another episode of Good Day Gay. I'm Russell Ray, along with a special co-host today, my best friend. Give it up for Humbie.
Hi, guys.
Hey, I forgot to do the sound effect. There we go. Welcome back to the podcast. So you were here for season 1 or season 2. You were right at the beginning when Paul and I started. So first things first, what do you think about our new intro song?
It's catchy.
You
I
like
feel like
it?
I'm watching, I feel like I'm watching like a show, like a TV show, like Modern Family or something. I don't know.
So our goal with it was initially just be more professional, right? We're going to, this is season 5, episode 3 now. So, like you're filling in because Paul's away right now. For a second, like he had some things to do this weekend. So we asked my bestie to step in, Humbie, because he's been on the podcast before. He knows how the format works. He knows what we're doing here. We're talking about all things millennial, all things gay-lennial. So just in case someone doesn't know who you are, give us a little bit about who you are, where you at, what do you do? Go ahead. The floor is yours. Welcome, Humbie, to the stage.
Yeah, my name is Humbie. I am from Bikini Bottom because I don't really get out much. I live under a rock.
Stupid.
No. I do my thing. Yeah, no. So my name is Humbie, for anyone that doesn't know me. I travel a lot for work.
I know you also do design, like not design, you do
Personal
looks.
styling.
Yes. Personal styling.
On the side.
When did that start? How did you get into that?
You know what? I've always had not a nick, but I've always been into fashion. Like I love just playing with clothes and just trying different things. And if you go through like my archive of photos, like I always try out these weird looks, but I've always just loved playing with clothes and fashion and things like that. And so I didn't know I had a nick for it until, I started doing it kind of professionally. And then, people started hiring me and I was like, oh, okay, I got it. I really got this.
Like you're always dressed to the tens. And like, here's the thing about your fashion is that it doesn't need to be high end. You find stuff everywhere, including like Uniqlo. You have like Guess stuff. You have
even Zara, like H&M,
Chanel,
like
Zara, like you have all top of the line stuff, but you also have pieces that are so simple and affordable for everybody. So I want to just ask you before we get into this, because we are here for the Petty Olympics, okay? And look, we are about to fire shots, okay? Because we don't play no games here.
None.
What are 2 quick tips that someone can do to enhance their style? Like, what is a piece that they need in their closet that can go with anything? And what is something that what's a piece that everyone needs? And what is a versatile piece that can fit for every season?
Well, I think for sure you need like I always think you need a statement piece, like a statement. I always gravitate for a statement jacket.
Okay.
Because I feel like you can just throw that on with anything and it elevates even like the most casual outfit, just like a really nice elevated statement jacket. I mean, that already would just make up the entire look. I mean, there's been times where like I'm wearing joggers and a t-shirt and sneakers, but that jacket, I throw on that statement piece jacket and it elevates. I'm ready to go. I can go shopping. I can walk to the gym. You know what I mean? Like with that jacket, I don't know. I just think a good statement jacket just really elevates any piece. And I think also like I call it investment pieces. So like really invest in your jeans because if you invest in a good pair of jeans, like that will last you a really, really long time.
And a good pair of jeans is hard to find. So when you find that right fit, it's that's a keeper. You make that work. You fit the jeans. The jeans don't fit you. You stay to that size.
100%. And not only that, like I've had jeans that I have jeans today that I've had for years. But again, like when you invest in a good pair, like they just last you. They don't fade. They don't like, get torn easily or fast. And I don't know. I think really invest in a good jean and it will last you forever. And they're so versatile. Like you can wear them any time of the day. I don't know. I think a good jean. So statement jacket for sure, or even like statement a purse. Jacket. If you're into purses, like a statement purse, that can make up the look.
Statement purse, and
then a good pair of jeans. Yeah.
And I think for me, a white sneaker is always safe. Like a white, a nude, a taupe is always safe, and it goes with everything. And you can just have 1 or 2 pairs of those in your closet, pack them anywhere, and really, it just works for you.
I'm a sucker for a white sneaker. That's all I have in my closet.
I think all gays have white sneakers in their closet. Like it's like, which white sneakers are these? Like you have the Nike Air Force white sneakers, you have the Vans white sneakers, you have the Reeboks white. They're all white, but they're like, but we have to have multiple pairs because they're different cuts.
Yeah, it's so weird. Like my workout shoe is like a white Van. I love like the white authentic Vans. That's like my go-to white sneaker to work out in. And then when I'm out, I live in California, so it's so sunny. We live in California, so like it's rarely snowy or never snowy or rainy. And I have like a nice dressy. Yeah, so I have like a white dressy sneaker that can go with anything, right? You can wear it with jeans, shorts, chinos. Like you can dress it up or down. That's why I think a good dressy sneaker is always like a good thing to have in your closet, I feel.
Well, thank you for the advice. We appreciate it. Everybody take note that you need a white sneaker, a nice pair of jeans, a statement jacket, and a purse if you are into purses. Now, we are going into the Petty Olympics. So what I want to know from you is pop culture moment of the day is the Pussycat Dolls are back.
Yes.
But there's only 3 of them this time.
I was shook. Yeah.
It's Nicole, it's Kimberly, and it's
girl, I forgot their names.
Look. So have you heard the new song? Have you heard
I did. I heard snippets
club song
because I saw like on Instagram people were kind of posting about it. So I heard snippets of it. I haven't heard the full song from beginning to end, but I've heard like a few little snippets of the song for sure.
So what's your initial reaction?
I don't know.
So them returning.
Okay, so do you remember when they were trying to make a comeback during the pandemic, right?
Yes.
And that's when they came up. So that's when they came out with the React song.
Right. Yes.
So I'm trying to compare
React is an amazing song.
Iconic. So I'm trying to compare to when they were trying to make that comeback in the pandemic, and then obviously it didn't work out because of the shutdown and everything. And then to today, right? 2026. They're trying to make another comeback. So I'm trying to compare that song to the React song. I just feel like it just doesn't do justice. Like I feel like this song could be a regular song in the album if they come up with a new album or an EP. But as like a comeback song, I think they could have done better. I think.
So it's Nicole Scherzinger this time. It's Kimberly Wyatt and it's Ashley Roberts. And in 2020, when the Pussycat Dolls came out with React, it was Nicole Scherzinger, Kimberly Wyatt, Ashley Roberts, Jessica Setta, and Carmit. Carmit was the originator of the Pussycat Dolls, along with Melody. Melody has never come back with any of the comebacks. She was the part of the original cast with Carmit. Melody was the original lead, and Nicole took over. And so there was rumors about there being a spat there, like there was like a riff that Melody wanted to be the lead and Nicole came in and wanted to be the lead. And there was a lot of speculation and reports about it, which I'm really not paying too much attention to. Like at the end of the day, like Melody is still doing her thing. She's still singing. She's working on Broadways and plays and live vocalization.
And she has vocals too. Melody can sing. Girl,
she does. And so I personally, React was a genius song to come back. Like it was. When I get messed up at the party, I make a scene and get upset. Like that.
Yes.
Was what we needed. Like people have to remember Pussycat Dolls were like one of the biggest selling girl groups of all time. It was like them, Destiny's Child, TLC, like the 3 most major female groups to ever sell records and arenas and like all of this and millions of records. And to me, it's just not the same now that it's just them three. And there's been a lot of comments that are coming out now with this new song, Club Song. And people were like, some of the initial comments that I seen were, girl, we don't want a club song. We're too old to go to the club. What we want is something sexy in the house that we could drink to, right? And it made me laugh because correct, when I go out, you know this, you've been to my Halloween party every year, and we start at the house and then we work our way out to the bars. Like, nobody's getting in the club anymore. No one is putting on high heels. Even when you go to Vegas, I don't really think anybody's going to the club anymore. You're going to bars. Yeah. And there's not really this like high-end dress code that we were doing back in 2010 and 2015, where you were putting on like your Timberlands and your fitted jeans, and you had like your pinstripe shirt and you had your dog tags, and we were doing our thing, right? No one is doing that. So initially the comments that I see are, girl, don't nobody want a club hit. They want something that we could be cute and sexy to at the house. Like, I'm telling you to loosen up my buttons, babe.
Yes. Yeah.
So what are your thoughts? Like, what are your thoughts on the song? What are your thoughts in the comments? Like, what are you seeing? What are the pros and cons that you're seeing of what's coming out now?
Well, in general, that song. Well, see, like that song specifically, like it wouldn't be on my workout playlist. Like, I don't know. It's a little too, I don't know. I feel like I'd probably listen to it if I'm getting ready to go to the gym. But as like a song that's gonna like motivate me and be like, bitch, I feel like a bad bitch when I'm working out. Like, I would just do React. You know what I mean? Like, listen to React, because when React comes on, beautiful. I'm just like, girl, I'm in the video, right? I'm doing the whole little chair scene, like, girl, okay, like, right.
I want the leather cut out. I want the, like, you know what I mean? I want these pecs like just barely hanging on by a thread. I want water on the floor, and
spray me with water. Yes, I want to get wet.
Throw the water hose at me.
Okay, like that song makes you feel so sexy. But this new song, it's like, okay, it's cute. Like it's a little bop. It's a bop. But like,
it is a bop.
It's a bop. It's a bop. It is a bop. I will say that, but not. It's not a React bop. And for PCD, like they always have all these hot singles, and like it's just not. This one's not as a comeback. This one's like not it. I feel like it's not.
Well, they announced the world tour, and they have like over 27 dates, and Maya and Little Kim are going to be touring with them. Maya's going to be doing the North American dates. Pussycat Dolls are going to be performing for West Hollywood Pride in June, which there's been some backlash about that. But I was excited to see that Little Kim is part of it, because Little Kim is iconic. She's the 90s. Icon. She is like the rap god queen of all time, right? So you have Little Kim, and then you have Maya, who I co-hosted a little something with her back in the day when I used to work at one of the gay bars in Pomona.
She was real cute.
She's wonderful. Maya is wonderful, classy. You know, we hung out afterwards at the event, and we went next door, and it was so cute. Like I was like, girl, do you have a like Hispanic background and heritage? She's like, I really feel like it's in my roots somewhere. She's like, because there's this, she's like, there's just parts of me where I'm like, I have to be Latin somewhere in my body. Like, Maya, amazing. I am such a huge fan of Maya. Like,
I love Maya.
You know, R&B is my music.
It's so beautiful. Of course, yes.
What kind of girl you like? I know my lips can be deceiving. Yes. Okay. So Maya's where it's at. Matter of fact, our new neighbor kind of looks like Maya, and I'm like, girl, you got it. Okay.
Period.
So initially, like, I think Club Song is more of like a driving song. Like, I'm gonna throw it on my playlist when I'm driving. I'm not using it at the gym. I'm not playing it at like a house party. And I love the Pussycat Dolls. Like, I really
Me
really
too.
do. It's just I feel like the trios are TLC and Destiny's Child. And so they needed to, Carmeet needed to be part of this. Carmeet has a resume like you would not believe. She danced for Michael Jackson. She was in Michael Jackson's video. She danced for Janet Jackson and Justin Timberlake at the Super Bowl. She danced for Fergie. She danced for Jennifer Lopez with her first album, Ain't It Funny? She danced for Aaliyah, Rock the Boat. Like, Carmeet was in the music video in the Bahamas when Aaliyah took off on the plane and crashed after. And it happened to be that Carmeet and the background dancers stayed behind, and they were taking a separate commercial flight, and the private plane like, Carmit has been in the industry. Like
She's been around. Yeah.
Anybody who's danced and has taken like Carmit has taught dance classes at Play in Los Angeles, which is Robin Anton, the creator of Pussycat Dolls. It's her studio and it's a dance studio. Anybody has learned from Robin Anton. Like she is 51 or 50. She's like 51, 52, and she's thriving. Thriving. And so it's just not the same without her. Like she is a force to be reckoned with. And I know that there has been some backlash on Jessica Setta because she was posting pro MAGA, and Pussycat Dolls are as big as they are because the LGBTQ community and the female backing behind them really propelled them into stardom. Straight men had their posters, 100%. But the gay community and women were it was all about girl power, right? Like the Spice Girls. That's another amazing selling girl group. And there's just so many comments about, the whole MAGA situation and everything that's going on now. And it's just like, it's just beside me that I don't know how to feel, right? Like you have this responsibility as a celebrity to really kind of pick a side, and the people who support you to get you to this point, you're not supporting them back. And so it's really it's this, and you know what, like, and here's the thing, I Jessica is a wonderful person. I know her personally. I've she's invited me to her house and her premiere when she had her club hit and her dance chart. She was the first Pussycat Doll to rank #1 solo on an album. On the dance charts, and she was wonderful to me. She's always been wonderful to me when she sees me, and I'm so gracious with her back, and I have no animosity towards her because there are certain things where like she's standing behind that, like like it's this balance, right? Like, do you really support the person who's in this administration, or are you supporting aspects of it? So like I think. Initially, she was behind the whole idea of MAGA, and then now it seems like she's just wanting for there to be more clarification in our health system and more clarification on our food production in the United States, which you and I have been to Paris and you and I have been to Italy, and the way that food is regulated there versus the way it's regulated here is completely different. They don't use dyes over there. They use powder vegetables to color as their food dyes. So if she's coming from that perspective, I for sure definitely think that she should have come back with the group. Because who doesn't want to be healthy? Everybody wants to be healthy.
Right.
But everyone is also human and deserves to be treated fairly and respectfully. And that's all I'll leave there with that. Because we are moving into the Petty Olympics, and because, we don't play with MAGA like that.
We don't play with God.
We don't play with MAGA like that. Because you know
we
why?
We don't play with
girl, you on mute. That's why. Okay. That's why I got this hat on.
Not you on mute, girl.
But like, shout out to the Pussycat Dolls. They're coming back. Really, everyone is talking about millennial music and how it's making a comeback because this next Gen Z music is not doing it, and it's not the celebrities are there. People are saying the celebrities are not the same. They don't know how to handle the pressures of this stardom this new fame stardom that they're getting, and that millennial music really made hits that last through generations, and that these new artists are not creating music that are going to stick around for a long time. The only one that it seems that people really side with and care about is Harry Styles, and it seems like his music will be more like a Bon Jovi, or like it'll be around for a while and it'll make comebacks, or like an Elton John. Sam Smith. Sam Smith is also a millennial artist. But we keep getting off topic because of me, so sorry about that, y'all.
I know. I think it's like the nostalgia of it all, right?
Because we know what music is.
Yeah, I think we know what millennials know what music is.
We know what bops are. We have rhythm. We were doing full out routines in the club. Okay, we weren't doing TikTok dances. If we did a TikTok dance, we would slay, bitch. Okay,
we would.
And I don't even really like cursing on the podcast like that.
Exactly.
But I want to get into some scenarios because we did talk about just a little bit of shade of the Pussycat Dolls, even though we love them, but it's petty because we got to talk about it because it's Petty Olympics. Now,
we got to talk about it.
I'm going to give you some scenarios, and I want you to tell me, I want your petty responses to this and how you would handle this situation. If you're at a party and your ex shows up with their new boyfriend, what do you do? What's your response? How do you react? And this is someone, mind you, this is someone who broke your heart, shattered it in pieces, and by chance they were invited to the same party as you were. So what do you do?
Fight both of them. I'm dragging the boyfriend out of the house, and then I'm fighting my ex, and it is what it is. Because there can only be one, and it's gonna be me.
Okay, but why? Like, okay, so here's my thing, right? In our community, everyone seems to be friends, and that's how they meet. People all the time ask you and I if we have ever had any relation with each other on a intimate level, and we never have, because that's not how you and I became. Like, you and I genuinely became friends because we sat next to each other in college. Yeah, and it seems like in our community, their friend circle is they've either dated them or they've hooked up with them, and they were like, oh, I'm not really interested in you as like a partner, but like you would be cool to hang out with. So why are you the only one? Why are you that bitch? Like, why not just walk up to them and be like, hey, how's it going? Like, good to see you. Like, you look great, and move on.
Well, because I mean, okay, you make a good point, but like, I think if I guess it all depends on how it ended with me and them, right? If it was if it ended in a very negative way,
you already know who I'm talking about.
Okay, but
let's talk about that one. If that one is at a party and me and you were there, and they show up with their designer boyfriend, what do?
We say, hey, you want a drink? You want a little drink? Here you go. I made you guys a drink. Cheers. You know what I mean? Look, I'm getting so excited. I'm moving my computer. I don't. Oh my god, I know, girl.
I got a secret to tell the podcast.
Okay, I want to hear your side though. How would you handle it?
I got a secret to. Well, first of all, I think I would grab your hand. I think I would grab your hand and pretend that I was your boyfriend, because most people think that I'm your boyfriend anyways. And so that would set that whole scenario off, because it would mess up that person's mind. The one that you and I are talking about, that we both have in mind, it would set that person off, because they would be like, whoa, all of a sudden you guys are together. Oh, you guys always said you never were together.
When he suspected that they were together, 100%.
Yeah. So I think I would do it just to pull that card of like, and
I think I think because we are usually on the same page and we catch on to things really fast. So I think if you were to be playing that card, I would play along obviously very well. And I think that you would help me, because I would be really, really angry. And I would cuss you the hell, I would want to cuss him the hell out. But I think by you doing that, you're kind of saving me and be like, right, we're chilling. And I'm like, this is my man. And he already thought we were both attractive anyways. So, right. So
here's the thing. Let me just tell the podcast this. There is someone who Humbie dated who, let me make sure my laptop is plugged in another way, because I don't want it to die mid-story.
I'm like moving stuff around here.
There was somebody that Humbie dated, and this person did my friend wrong, and I don't like that. If things aren't working for you, just be upfront about it, move on, move forward. So because we're petty, and I'm the petty king of the United States of America, Humbie was like, look, such and such reached out to me. I'm not going to drop any names. You got to pay for that. Humbie was like, such and such texted me, and he's trying to hit me up again. I'm like, wait, what is happening? Right? They were moving. They had moved away, ran away with their boyfriend, who they said wasn't their boyfriend, who ended up being their boyfriend while they were dating my friend. Right? So we were mad. We were hot. We were hotter than the jalapenos on the grill. Hey, baby, we were hot. So homeboy breaks up, is single, hits up my friend, Humbie. And Humbie's like, you'll never guess who messaged me, right? And like, mind you, like, I was so hopeful for this relationship in the beginning. I was like, I'm gonna sing Amor Eterno at your wedding. Like, I'm so excited. And Amor Eterno, for anybody who doesn't know this, is such a romantic song in Spanish, and it is such a beautiful like melody, because it's like your forever love. And it could be like some people play it at funerals, some people play it at weddings because it's eternal either way, right? So I had this whole fantasy about you and this guy.
And not only that, like he was really good looking. He was
so good looking.
He was good looking. Okay, because he ain't looking.
Was emphasis on the
past tense. He was good looking, so like it was like a win. It was like listen. I was rooting for myself too. Okay, like I was.
We were rooting for you. We were all rooting for you.
Yes, we were all rooting for me.
So here's the thing. He reaches out to Humbie. Humbie lets me in on the secret. And Humbie knows that I will always get it together. We will always win in our corner. Okay. So we came up with the idea to say, oh, we happen to know where this person was at because we seen it on Snapchat. He was in San Francisco at the time. So we're like, hey, Humbie, and we're hanging out, blah, 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 blah. Meet us out at the club. Oh my God, yeah, for sure. I'm gonna get ready. Right? We're like gassing him up, like, oh my God, it's gonna be so good to see you and reconnect. Get this fool to go to Bo's in San Francisco. Where you at? We're like, oh, we're tired. We left. We were never in San Francisco to start with. But we were not to search for us. Yeah. And so what it came down to was, if we wanted you, we could still have you. AKA, if my best friend wanted you, my best friend could have you because you drove all the way out to the bar. And like, mind you, he lived in East Bay, which is across the bridge. You got to work your way into the city. You got to get into the Castro. And it is not an easy drive. You got to pay that toll because you know what? This man did my friend wrong in multiple ways that we're not going to talk about.
Multiple ways.
I will say, like, Humbie, at one time, you just felt ashamed of even allowing yourself to go there and be vulnerable. And we had this conversation of like, no, like that's what you're supposed to do in a relationship. Like, and you're supposed to grieve the loss, and it's hard. And so, like it was an honest friendship moment between you and I where it was, it didn't work out. You're hurt. I'm hurt that you're hurt. And I'm also hurt that I had hopes for this person. Right. And I think it was fair that you had any sort of like, sadness about it because you know what I mean? Like who doesn't want love? Right. Because we're petty.
And you, right. And you know me, like I'm not really like, I'm not really like the relationship type, right? Like, I'm not really like, I'm usually like, I'll date around here and there, but I normally won't. I'm not that person. You know what I mean? Like, you know me. So to find someone that I'm like really attracted to and I'm like really into and I'm like, I can see this going somewhere. That's a big deal. That is a big deal because I don't really date around like that. Like, I don't really, I'm not very serious with people like that. And so that's why it's all these emotions with this person, right? Yeah. It's all these things because like I really thought it was going to be something.
And then there was the message to me. Do you remember that? This person reached out to me directly and was
my God, yes.
I want to apologize. Yes, girl, I have Humbie on screen. Girl. I'm sharing my screen. I'm like, this is what he's messaging me. And then I laid in. I said, I did not like what you did to my friend. I think that you needed to put your big boy pants on and you're a full grown man and you couldn't address because I'm petty. So you had to play this game and you were not on the winning end, right? You did all of this to get nowhere. And now you're still alone. And then he tried to play the part of, I'm by myself now. Like, girl. I have a lot to learn. You do have a lot to learn.
Yeah.
And you could have had a real good life with my friend, and that was not the case. But I made him feel bad because I'm petty, and that's what he deserves. So
and that's why he was at the club by himself.
That's exactly why he was at the club himself. I can't believe we still did that. That is insane.
I can believe it. I can.
And we were just like, and you know what? It was so nice in a bad way because you allowed yourself to just, you really kind of allowed yourself to elevate at that moment of like, you know what? Yeah, like I am that. Like you always know that you're that person. You always have, which is what I've admired about you through our friendship. Yeah. But that moment itself when we did that and we made him go out and he was at the bar, you were like, yeah, because you still want this and you messed up.
Yeah.
And it was just such
Yeah.
a winning moment
It was.
for us
It
as a
was.
team.
I know. It probably sounds silly, right? Because it's like we're adults, but at the same time, it's kind of like, no, like this is like, you know, it's almost kind of just like you deserve this. Like you should have not been messing around like that. And you did.
Yes.
And
And you know what? And I don't apologize for it.
no,
I don't.
I don't either. I
Because
don't feel bad for them.
because here's the thing, like I was just having this conversation earlier today with a few people about people and loyalty and just being right. And someone was like, when you get cheated on, you got, you know, like someone's like, when you get cheated on, you got to go back and you got to cheat on that person. And there was debates about it, right? Like someone was like, yeah, because they deserve just as much to get. There was everybody was on different sides of the issue.
Okay.
I was like, it really depends on the situation for me. Like
Yeah.
if someone's been cheating on me and they're starting a whole nother relationship and I, you know what I mean, I'm gonna go start to date and maybe I will like let it be found out and be like, well, yeah, aren't you doing the same thing with this person?
Yeah.
And then the other person's response was like, nope, definitely need to cheat on them back, and that person deserves to know, and you should leave your phone open and you should have all the text messages. And then the
Oh
other
my
person
God.
was like, I think you should just leave the situation and let the universe take care of their karma. And I was like, wow, these are all interesting perspectives.
Yeah.
But for you and I just feel like what he did and how he went about it and what he did to you was important and necessary to teach him a lesson of
It
you're
definitely
quick to
was.
jump. You're quick to
Yeah.
jump, and this is what you deserve to be at. And you and I had a great night. We had drinks. I think we had Cosmos that night. It was cute.
It was a good night. But my thing is like the audacity to like really like find my Instagram because it's been so many years and then DM me. Like it's just all these things that I'm just like, oh my God, you like really? Like I don't know, right? I think if I would do somebody wrong, I would just be like, that it is what it is, and I'm not gonna contact them again. But it was just so interesting that he like came back and he was just so like adamant. He was just kept coming back, hitting you up, wanting to hang. And it's like, what?
Yep, want to hang out with me one-on-one.
Are we
And I'm
like, are we playing amnesia? Like, do you not remember what you did? Everything you did, because it's not just one little thing. It's just like a whole, a whole situation.
whole situation.
And I'm just like, I feel like I would be like embarrassed, if I was in issues. I'd be like, oh, I'm not gonna hit him up. Like, what? I don't know. But that goes to show you the type of person that he is, I guess.
Well, with that, we say good luck and good riddance and rest in misery because that's what you deserve. Sir.
And I'll see you later in my DMs again.
Oh my gosh. You know what? Do you know what's funny? Is there are so many people who come into Humbie's DMs and like there are guys who don't like the gay community who hit you up.
God.
And I so bad want access to your like I want you to give me full access to your iCloud so that I can blast every single one of these guys.
But you know what though? It's like, yes.
So many.
Yes. And it's like I'm not really out there seeking anything. Like I'm just doing my thing and I get and like here's the thing.
And it's not even like the cool DL guys who are like, hey, like I'm just experimenting. It is like the ones who actively don't like our community.
Who do not and actively are on their Instagram posting about all this negativity and all this anti-LGBT.
I was wondering what you were going to
say. And I love my children and I love my girlfriend and but they're my DMs talking about like XYZ. And I'm like, okay. That's why you have all the screenshots saved because when I need ammunition, you better be ready.
You better clock it. Clock it.
Yeah. Yep.
Like people who support the community. Booty. And here's the thing, like this podcast is meant to be like it's fun, it's uplifting, it's relatable. And we're not just for the gays, we're also for the straight allies, like the girls. We're here for the girls, we're here for the dolls as well. Don't do it,
little girl.
Don't do it, little girl. Shout out to Luscious Massacre. We would love to have you on this podcast. Like
Lush,
I know
she's
Paul,
so iconic.
You know, we were talking
This
about.
is what she says. Okay, I love when she says this, and I'm gonna just take what she says. Press number 1 in the comments if you want Luscious Massacre to be on this podcast. Thank you very much.
Tag her. Tag her in the comments. We want
She's
Luscious
always,
Massacre
I
on
love
Good Day
her.
Gay.
She is so iconic. I love her so much. I hope
Oh my
I
god.
one
The
day run
Jessica
into
Simpson
her.
purse.
Girl, iconic. And it's signed by the Jessica Simpson. Like, come on
By the
now.
Jessica Simpson. Jessica Simpson was like, I'm surprised this purse has lasted this long.
Yeah.
Talk about petty.
She's talking about like make some size 14 shoes, and she's like, we're making some. I think it was like on a segment that when she had
It
her
was when she was yeah.
Yeah. She's so iconic.
So dead. I want to move into this next thing.
Okay.
We have a listener confession question, and it was addressed to obviously me and Paul, but you're filling in, so I want you to answer on Paul's behalf. Okay. It says, "Hey Russell and Paul, I found out my boyfriend cheated, so I did a few things. I created a Hinge. I waited until I officially matched with the guy he's been cheating on me with on Hinge, because that guy, after going through his phone, thinks that my boyfriend is single, so he has no idea about me. Wow. Now, here's where the situation gets interesting. This is where the situation gets interesting. I have not only been on multiple dates with this guy, but I've also befriended his friend circle. I also know that he's dating my boyfriend. Here's the thing, too. I'm not mad about the entire situation. Initially, I was mad. Now I can see why my boyfriend likes him, and I feel like he would almost be a perfect third for our relationship. But my boyfriend has always stressed on me that he doesn't want anybody else touching me. And now he's dating another guy and dating me, and I've started dating his other guy just to be petty and get back at him. I initially wanted him to find out that I was the other guy in his new relationship type thing that's happening. Now I just don't know what to do. I'm stuck because petty me wants to break this off and prove that I am the one and only, and then leave my boyfriend and live my best single life for summer 2026. But the other part of me kind of wants to pitch this idea to my boyfriend of being in a throuple. But this is not initially what we agreed to, and this would be me changing my morals, but it's also slightly exciting. What should I do? Should I be petty and blow up the plan like I initially thought and wanted to do? Or do I have this conversation with my boyfriend that I went through his phone and that we could potentially be a throuple?
That is a mouthful. That is
okay. What do you think? What are you thinking?
Oh my God. I mean, that took a turn.
That took a hard left.
Here's such a turn.
I put questions on my Instagram and then I get them and then I don't read them until, I'll like scroll through and like I'll like skim, but I won't read the details because I like to have a live reaction on the pod. So that one took a hard.
That took such a turn because I think
I also feel like this question, even though it was meant for Paul and I feel like you would be the perfect candidate to answer this. Like, because I feel like you're so open-minded, but you're also just as petty as I am. So I feel like you would have a balanced thought on this. So I really want to get your perspective on this.
Well, I mean, it gets tricky because
Tell me.
I'm telling. I can go so many ways because
what's your heart telling you?
I think I would love the idea of the thruple because
why?
It's interesting. It's satisfying. I mean, for me personally, like I've always wanted to be in a thruple. I feel like I was meant to be in a thruple relationship because I love things that are just very easy, low maintenance. And it's just exciting.
Do you think thruples are low maintenance? I feel like they're high maintenance.
Well, here's the thing. I would want to be the third because then I would be the one.
Oh, you want to come into an established couple?
Yes. So, but they're established and they're trying to bring up this other person who is already in their relationship to begin with that boyfriend. Do you know what I mean? So yes. I feel like in that case, it's kind of tricky because the boyfriend's not supposed to know, right? The cheater is not supposed to know that that he's dating this other guy. So at what point are you going to introduce this throuple situation? And if he agrees to it, like if you convince him to say yes, like how are you going to bring this third person? Because now you like him because you think he's cool and he'd be like a cool third. But how is
Oh, I
that
didn't
going
even
to,
think
you know
about
what I mean?
that.
Like, how is that
Yeah, I
going
didn't
to
even think about
work? Like,
that.
it's going to be so confusing because then now he's going to be like, well, that's just going to cause another problem because he's going to be like, so you knew and you made a Hinge account or whatever. And so how
Yeah.
long have you been knowing? So now you're keeping secrets from, like, this can go just so many ways.
Okay,
And I
but
feel like,
like I get what you're saying, but he initially kept the secret first, so
yes,
like he
true.
can't, in my opinion, he can't be mad.
He can't be. Right. So if it works that way, then it's a
What I'm
win-win for
concerned
both.
is for the new guy that he was set up.
He was set up,
Like
and he's still
he
going to
was
be
set
set
up,
up
right?
to be the
Because this other
third.
guy, he thinks that he's dating exclusively, and then this
Yes,
other guy, well, I mean, that's also a mess because you're dating two guys, right? So what message are you
essentially.
really portraying for one, and what message are you really portraying for the other? Because
Right.
clearly they both like you,
Clearly. Right.
but I don't know their ethnicities, but like, Mexican, they don't fly
Or
with
their
us.
dynamic. No, they don't. They don't.
Like, Mexicans,
Mm-mm.
like we are very back up or you're gonna get hurt type situation. You know what I mean? We're very territorial, and let alone our families would never
Allow
be
that.
like, oh yes, all three of you guys come to dinner.
Yeah. Right. So I don't know. Me in a relationship, like I think communication is so big for me, right?
Mm,
And as awkward as something may seem or whatever, I think if I was the guy that knew that my boyfriend was dating somebody else, I feel like I'd bring it up. I'd be like, hey, like, I don't know, that's just me, right? But I feel like I would bring up the situation and be like, hey, like, I know that you're dating somebody else,
yes.
but then kind of find a way to twist it and be like, I kind of like him. And is there a way that we can bring him into our relationship? I don't know, right? Like, I don't, but I feel like I would have to say something. I can't be playing
Yeah.
like this whole little like scheme where it's like, oh, because like, how far are you going to let that go? And then until when? Until you just can't take it anymore? Like, I don't know. I feel like I just like to, I don't know, just
Where
bite the
my
bullet.
mind instantly went off was, I'm like, well, break up with your boyfriend and just date this guy. That's where my mind went.
Well,
Like, and then you would then, like, here's the thing, like, the listener who submitted this question, if you're truly in love with your boyfriend, right? Like, number one, you have to look. Hold on, let me go to the petty side of me. Petty side of me.
right. Okay.
Break up with your boyfriend. He initially did you
Yes.
dirty,
Yes.
so pursue the guy that you clearly like.
Yes.
Ask him the question so you don't get yourself in the same situation. Ask him the question, oh, are you dating anybody else? Just that is a general question. People ask that all the time. Like, are you just exclusively seeing me, or are
100%.
you actively seeing other people? Because, like, like, I'm really kind of
That's
starting
valid.
to develop feelings for you. So I
Yeah.
just want to know, where do you think this is going?
That's
And
very
get a
valid.
perspective
Yeah.
on that. And if you are keen and that person is into you, blow up your relationship because your boyfriend is clearly cheating on you, lock down the new guy and move on with your life. But be careful because you did not give yourself time to grieve your relationship. You just knew that your man was cheating and that you were moving on. So my thing, I say don't do the throuple because you can really mess yourself up on the back end of that, in my opinion. Because you have to present to your boyfriend that you've been going through his phone and that you found out of it. And, like, by all means, like, this is not your fault. A portion of it, right? Portion of it is not your fault.
Mm-hmm.
You found out your boyfriend is cheating. You're hurt. You're trying to get back at him, and then you find out who he's talking to. You get on Hinge, which Hinge is kind of like weird to me. But I guess, like, if you're in the same proximity, this person's gonna pop up anyways. I would assume it's Grindr, but Hinge, I guess, is like the new thing. So
yeah, same.
So you're on Hinge. You lock down this guy. You know about your boyfriend, right? So now this is where things got messy. Is you knew what your boyfriend was doing. You didn't confront your boyfriend. You decided to take the back alley door route and lock down this guy, which you ended up catching feelings for. This is where you have to claim responsibility because since this person doesn't know about you and that your boyfriend hasn't mentioned you and all of these things. My other question would be is if you live together or you live separately, or if you just stay at each other's places. But
yeah,
you pursued this guy, developed feelings for him, this person is going to be blindsided by both of you, depending on how long this has been going on.
Right.
So, you know, you're in a sticky situation of either you're gonna blow up your relationship and pursue someone because you actually like him, blow it up and leave both of them and start a new, you know, grieve your relationship and move forward,
Yeah.
or blow up your relationship, get with this guy, start posting with him. If you really want the throuple, then maybe let your boyfriend kind of come back in gradually into your life. Like, oh, you know, I miss you, but I'm really liking this guy. And the only way I would move forward with you is if you would be comfortable with a throuple. And then you can pitch it that way. Those two will know each other. And then you see where it goes from there. But personally, in my mind, this is why I keep my circle small and why I don't like to engage.
And this is why I don't fucking be dating, because
because so, then I gotta come and I gotta beat up whoever you're dating.
That is just so messy. Like, see what I mean? Like, I don't know. Like, that's messed up for the guy to be doing that behind the boyfriend's back.
Look, you're coming from someone who I've been cheated on, so I understand the fascination of wanting to know the other person and wanting to ruin their life.
Of course,
I get it. I've been there. Yeah. But I also have been on the perspective is I'm a very lucky individual to have a mother who is level-headed, and I can really tell my mom anything. Like, I know there's mama's boys in the world, and like I will definitely claim being a mama's boy. But my mom is my biggest confidant. My mom is my best advisor, because my mom, and everyone says this about my mom, is that my mom is so cool, laid back, and she's level-headed. She can get hot when she needs to, and my mom don't take no BS. But my mom calls a spade. In other words, my mom calls it like it is. But she will also give you a level-headed perspective, because she will tell you, you are being hot-headed right now, and you really need to think about the situation and think about the consequences before you pursue it. Weigh out all the balances. Could you get arrested? If you get arrested, do you have the bail money? My mom's like, you know what I mean? She is all about, like, if you need to box it out, go ahead and do so, but know that you could potentially get arrested, and you got to have your bail money and a lawyer and all that. And if you want to deal with that, fine. You got to own it the way it is. Or if you want to just get out the situation and leave it, whatever, get out. If you live with the person, move back into the house. We'll take care of it. And so I'm very lucky to have that perspective. Like, I literally told my mom when I was being cheated on, like, hey, mom, like, here's the situation. I'm being cheated on. My feelings are obviously still there, and I don't know how to end this, confront it. I don't know. Like, I'm feeling so many things. I want to fight this guy. Like, you know what I mean? I want to fight this guy. I want to I want to take my boyfriend's car and I want to park it in a red zone and I want to get it towed. Like, I wanted to do all the petty things. And my mom was like, well, you know, like getting his car towed could be bad karma. Like, a tree can fall in your car tomorrow and then you don't have a car and then you got to pay the deductible and all these things can happen, right? She's like, I get it. Like, she's like, and you know what? Stand your ground. If that's your man and dude is, she's like, it depends on if dude pursued your guy or if your guy pursued homeboy. So if dude pursued your guy knowing he was in a relationship, confront it and let him know, like, I stand and I represent my man and you are not going to mess with him. And you're good, you know what I mean? You're not going to disrespect me like that. And my mom is like, cool like that. But if she's like, if your dude pursued him, then you need to confront your relationship. Like, if you wanted to be with somebody else, then you need to man up and you need to have the guts to tell me that you don't want to be with me. So, listener, I don't know if this helped you, but I would personally blow up everything and start a new life and take the apartment, keep the dog, and move forward with your life. But Humbie, what is your final word on this?
I'm on the same page. I feel like as petty as we want to be, you know, just I'm sure the writer listener has so much respect for themselves, and they're gonna get their karma. They're gonna get their karma one day. 100%. Believe me.
Karma is 100% right there.
I love karma. Like, this is why I always just try to do good in life, as much as I don't want to do good in life.
Yes.
And anyone that backstabs me, I want to get them back 100%. But there's some
you want to front stab them.
Like the guy that dated me, like, he came back and now I have the power. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, I always think of it that way. Like, it's they're gonna get their karma. So it's like, just move on with your life. I think you deserve a lot better, and you should be respected in a relationship and be taken seriously. And just, you know, just move forward. Like, you know,
do things in peace and do, you know, do things with love. Like,
Yeah.
Really though, like really kind of lead that with that for, and like know that hurt is gonna happen sometimes, and like I don't
Yeah.
know how much you
Because
love this person,
I
but
was gonna say we don't know how much he loves this person. So like I
you
know it's
know
hard.
it
It's
is
really,
very
really hard.
hard.
You know,
But
how long have they been together for? I don't know. Also, right? We don't know, but um I think you have to just know you have to just know how your worth and how
I've
much
also
you're
went through this person's Instagram, and they are gorgeous.
okay.
Like there, you have a like. Let me tell you, your body is tea.
Yep.
You got all your teeth.
Okay.
You have a beautiful smile. You know what I mean? Like you have it going on. Like don't let
Girl.
nobody play you.
Girl, what
If
are you waiting for? You better leave this man. Girl,
yeah,
like
step back.
no.
Don't do it, little girl. Don't do
Let
it.
let them do each other. That's fine. Be
Oh,
cute. Like do your thing. Like no. If your body is tea,
I
girl,
get
I'm sure
though.
the face card is giving like
It is a beautiful human being.
okay.
But
But it
like
is hard though. I will say
here's the
it
thing
is
as
hard.
well. Like just like if you really want to stand on your ground, confront the situation, leave the other person out of it, let them know that you know what, I'm really not in the mind space to be like dating right now, and like I think you're cool, but I'm just I'm gonna do me for now, and then blow up your relationship and like leave him. Let him know
Mhm.
like you have more respect for yourself and that you're not playing this game. I think the initial excitement about a throuple and them both being attractive according to your message. I think I think right now you're in the statement. When everything is new and shiny, it's exciting. But I think once you would
Yeah.
kind of get into the depths of that, like you didn't. This isn't something that's already strong. There is no strong foundation here if there's no trust.
No.
Um,
Right.
and so I don't think adding another person into the situation is going to help you. So let that be. And with that being said, Lord Jesus, I'm out of breath. So we are going to go into our R&R moments of the week. Just as a refresher, I know you did this with us last time. R&R moment of the week is just a moment of the week that makes you say, R&R. Um, do you have one you would like to share? Would you like me to go first?
Oh, you can go first.
Okay, let me
I'm
tell you.
trying.
The
I gotta think
beginning
of
of
one.
this
I
week
gotta think of
started
one.
with hell or high water, and I barely made it through by the skin on my teeth. Oh Lord Jesus, I was on. Oh my gosh, I can't even explain to you. Like it's been a packed week, right? It was my friend's birthday. I made her dinner. It was real good. I make a real good rack of lamb. I make a real good, everything, whatever. And then I get a call that I needed to come into work early because there was an emergency, and it was like I was running on 4 hours of sleep. It was the longest 2 days of my life,
Oh
and
my
I
god.
just this Rihanna song was playing in my head the whole time. Like I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to be, and I was like, I cannot do this. I was like, oh no, like this podcast, y'all got to start following Agaday Gay, and you guys got to start liking and sharing and subscribing because I cannot be doing this on a regular for the rest of my life. And so I
Literally.
was really in that headspace of like, you know me, I do so many things. I have multiple jobs.
Mhm.
It's because I'm always I have so much to give, especially personality wise. And when I do live audience shows, like that is like my most comfortable place to be is live in front of
Yeah.
an audience. And I really just came to like a moment of like, I need to lean harder into that. I need to go harder. And you tell me all the time, like you go, I don't know how you keep going and how you go so hard and you're so focused and fixated. And I
Yeah.
just really thought to myself, like, I really need to package up my podcast. I really need to package up I hired someone that day. I called someone for my next live show. They're going to come in, they're going to record it. They're going to get good photo. They're going to have a professional camera, get shots of me. We're going to build a media package. I'm going to start inviting agents to my shows so that, mind you, my shows are like 1,000 people plus 1,200, 1,500. I've done massive venues. On the smaller scale, obviously I'm not like Bruno Mars, Beyonce, but like, for someone of my stature, like I'm doing that, that's big time.
That's a big deal. Yeah, it is.
Anywhere
100%.
between 1,000 and 5,000 is like a good chunk of people to have. And so I'm like, I'm going to start sending these people, sending out emails like, hey, would you like to come see my show? Send you comp tickets. I'd really like to get your insight. I'm looking for an agent representation, looking for more jobs, more work. Because I really think I deserve that. And so I had an R&R moment of the week. I was just like, R&R, like when the universe is telling you like you need to fix in and lock in on what you're good at and really take
Yeah.
advantage of the gift that you have because you might not have that forever. It really was just like hitting a brick wall of like R&R. And so Yeah, so I'll be reaching out to all the agents out there, y'all. I'm ready for a new opportunity. What is your honor moment of the week?
I mean, it's been a week for sure for me as well. And you know me, I'm the type of person that I'm always stacking a lot of things because I think that I can handle it. And then when I come to find out, it's just too much and I get overwhelmed. And I easily get very overstimulated in general when I have so many things going on. And so, like I travel a lot and stuff for work, and I do like the styling stuff, and I also kind of just do manage like a rental property. And so that keeps me so busy. And I feel like sometimes I'm just stretched so thin, right? And like I love fitness, like I love working out. And so I think just today, right? Like I had like all these open houses going on today. And so I like, you know me, I love to wake up early. The first thing that I love to do when I wake up is, get ready, go to the gym. Like I need to go to the gym in the morning because that sets the tone for the rest of the day. If I don't like to go, I'm not like an afternoon, evening gym goer. Like I feel for me, getting a good workout during the day, that sets the tone. Like I'm ready to go. Like I can take on anything else, right?
Yes.
But if I don't do the gym in the morning, I'm already thrown off. I'm already in a bad mood. Like I'm just like mad, right? So I had like a really early meeting. So I was attending this meeting that I had to go to. And it was like at 8:00. And then like I had to do like this open house at 11:00. And so like there was just so many things that were going on throughout the day, and I still wasn't able to go to the gym. And I need to, we're crazy. Like I need to go to the gym.
Same.
So I finally find like a little break, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna finally make it to the gym. And so I'm at the gym and I'm getting ready. I'm like doing cardio, warming up and stuff. And it's leg day, and my leg days, I take them very, very seriously.
Yes.
So I'm warming up and I'm doing my thing. Then I get a call again from like one of the supervisors in the management company, like I need you to be at the office now because there's like this person and they want to see like the property, the unit, and there's these documents that you need to sign. And I'm like, oh no,
let me breathe.
Like, I'm like, haven't even started my first set, and I'm like, Lord, like, yeah. So I took a moment and I was like, when am I gonna just be rich? I need to be rich so I can just do my thing, not be bothered. Like you know what I mean? My delusional mind. I just don't want to deal with this. I don't want to deal with this. I just want to wake up, go to the gym, and have my cup of coffee and call it a day, and just be at home and not do anything. That is what I want.
When I had the show on Peacock, that was the best thing ever. I showed up to set. I went to the gym in the morning. The food was provided for me. Like it is the best feeling.
Isn't it the best?
When you came to see me.
Yes, I remember.
Humbie came to set, and he was like, "Girl, this is the life," and it really was.
The life. This is that's the life.
So God.
That is the life that we were meant to live. Okay.
Well, like everyone on set was like, "Oh my God, you're like the nicest host I've ever like worked with. Like you're so like nice, you're kind." Like I was like jumping in, ready to help. Like, what do you need me to do? Like, I'm just sitting in a green room. Like, how can I help with production? Because I have a production background.
Well,
no, don't worry about it. I'm like, are you hungry? I'm gonna bring you a sandwich. Like, what you want me to do? So yes, like I completely understand what you're saying. Like, just as Mexicans in this day and age now, you and I are like very much in sync of being hustlers. And you have 3 jobs. I have 3 jobs.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And for those who don't know, like Humbie had to take over a situation because of another situation. And so that's why he ended up with this job. And it's, it can be a lot. And sometimes just makes you say, or no. But in order to find out more about Humbie, where can they follow you on Instagram? What is your handle?
It's the Cheekie Humbie. So that's TheCheekie Humbie Humbie. And
follow him, ask him questions, give him a like, subscribe, follow us at Good Day Gay podcast, and you can follow myself at Russell X Raymond, and Paul will be back next week. Until then, we'll see you next time. Good day, gays.